the Dakota Access Pipeline, which has been in operation now for 2 years, I believe. The Dakota Access Pipeline is the parent company of the Dakota Access Pipeline is now trying to double the capacity of the Dakota Access Pipeline. They're trying to move it up so that they could carry 1.1 million barrels of oil a day, which is very, very dangerous. And frankly, most environmental experts say this pipeline doesn't have the capacity to hold that much. Obviously, the tribe, and there's still lawsuits in progress that they're trying to get the oil to stop flowing, and they want this pipeline shut down, that could still be stuck in court for years from now. As I've always said, it's very, very hard to stop or get a pipeline taken out of the ground when it's already in the ground. That's why Status Quo wants to hit the road. We want to cover the Keystone XL pipeline, which is going to have construction start at the end of this year, possibly early next year. And we want to get there to Montana, Nebraska, South Dakota, and we want to cover it now before that pipe is in the ground. Talk to tribal leaders, talk to the people on the ground, the communities that are going to be affected, because the way you help in fighting these pipelines is to wake more people up. So we would love to get there as soon as possible. That's another reason you should become a Status Quo member. So Standing Rock asked, of course, to shut down the Dakota Access Pipeline as the company plans to double capacity. The Standing Rock Sioux Tribe is asking a judge to throw out a federal permit for the Dakota Access Pipeline, arguing that the government shut the tribe out of a court-ordered second environmental review and ignored its concerns. The challenge comes as Energy Transfer, the company behind the pipeline, is now seeking to double how much oil the pipeline can carry. The Dakota Access Pipeline passes under the Missouri River, the tribe's water supply, just upstream from the Standing Rock Reservation. The Army Corps of Engineers, quote, never engaged with the tribe or its technical experts, shared critical information, or responded to the tribe's concerns, the tribe writes in a legal motion filed Friday in federal court. The result is an irretrievably flawed decision developed through a process that fell far short of legal standards. With DAPL's proposal to double the flow of the pipeline, the unexamined risks to the tribe continue to grow. The motion is the latest volley in a lawsuit first filed by the tribe against the Corps over its permitting of the controversial pipeline in 2016. Standing Rock won a partial victory in 2017 when a federal court determined that the Army Corps' initial environmental review for DAPL did not adequately address the impact of a potential spill would have on the tribe. The judge ordered the Army Corps to go back and do a thorough environmental assessment, saying the court expects the Corps not to treat remand as an exercise in filing out the proper paperwork. The Army Corps completed the remand process in August of 2018, saying that it did not find any significant new circumstances or information relevant to environmental concerns. Of course, they did not. But now, the greater threat is Energy Transfer is now trying to double the capacity of oil flowing through this pipeline. The pipeline's construction spurred months of protests and hundreds of arrests, as obviously I was there for a lot of that. The 1,172-mile pipeline from North Dakota to Illinois has had at least, keyword, at least 10 spills, totaling hundreds of gallons of crude oil since it began operations in June 2017. The latest in a years-long legal challenge by the tribe comes less than 2 months after Dakota Access, a subsidiary of Energy Transfer, notified North Dakota's Public Service Commission that it seeks to double the amount of crude oil it could ship through Dakota Access Pipeline to 1.1 million barrels a day. The company's June 20th request to optimize its pipeline considered local impacts of building a new pumping station, such as erosion and dust control during construction of the facility. It did not, however, consider the impacts of a potential spill from a pipeline shipping twice the volume of oil compared to its original permits. So, bottom line, the same scummy oil company that, and by the way, I want to be clear, most environmentalists, most experts, most mechanical engineers would disagree with there's only been 10 spills from the Dakota Access Pipeline. Most of these spills are not detected. A lot of these spills could be minor spills, but a spill is a spill, and we don't know if those spills are happening in the Missouri River, because that pipe is 90 feet under the Missouri River, but you could have minor spills that are not being detected. So they could say all they want, 10 spills. There's a very good chance it's more than 10 spills. So to me, the biggest part of this is connected to the presidential election, because don't think that a President Biden is going to demand that the oil stop flowing in the Dakota Access Pipeline. Do not think that a President Harris is going to do anything on the Dakota Access Pipeline or the Keystone XL pipeline. Their donors won't allow it. Their Wall Street donors that are heavily invested in these pipelines will not allow it. That's Bank of America, Wells Fargo, JP Morgan Chase, whatever other financial companies are invested. And by the way, I'm not positive that Elizabeth Warren, as president, would do anything about the Dakota Access Pipeline, Keystone XL pipeline, or other pipelines. As far as I know, I've read her environmental plan. I don't hear anything about fracking. The only candidates that have called for a ban on fracking are Bernie Sanders and Tulsi Gabbard, who, by the way, is also being screwed out of appearing in this next presidential debate, which we'll cover at some point this week. So they want to, not only was building this pipeline in the first place totally reckless, not only did they just stomp all over the Standing Rock Sioux tribe and the Cheyenne River Sioux tribe, by the way. Not only did they totally disregard environmental concerns, their water, Missouri River is their water source, their sacred land, their burial sites, because they don't care. It's just native people. What do they give a shit? Now, they want to double the capacity to 1.1 million barrels of oil per day without any study if the pipeline could safely carry that much oil. There's already been 10 spills, on record, 10 spills with the capacity, with the oil flowing. That is true. Elizabeth Warren didn't say a damn word about Standing Rock. And now she has a plan for the Native Americans of America. Please. So this is scary stuff, because if they double capacity without doing proper testing, and none of these tests, environmental reviews are not thorough. And by the way, if Trump is president, they could do all the studies they want. Trump don't care. I give you Trump literally saying, let's just nuke the hurricanes. Yeah. Trump was telling his administration officials, why don't we just nuke the hurricanes to stop them? This is a man that doesn't understand the difference between climate and weather. This is the man that doesn't understand fracking. He doesn't understand the damage that he is doing to this country and this world. And by the way, I'm just telling you flat out, folks. Flat out. You might not like it. Donald Trump's recklessness on the environment is probably the main reason that I would even bring myself to think about voting for a corporate Democrat. Because Donald Trump is so reckless on the environment, and you give him another 4 years, forget the Amazon, folks. The whole world is in peril if this man is setting the environmental agenda. And America does set the environmental agenda. But that's for another day. The Dakota Access Pipeline is one of the most dangerous pipelines in America, and we have thousands of pipelines. It is through the longest river in America that services 20 million people's drinking water. It is not safe as is. It is not safe. They are not reporting all spills. And now they want to double the capacity. Hope you enjoyed that last video. Hop on over to statusquo.com where you can sign up for our email list and become a member for as low as $5 to $10 a month. Membership is how we grow. That's statusquo.com/join. And remember, join our email list so we can grow the revolution with you.